Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. Well, it's actually afternoon. It's going on too. Good afternoon from Japan. I received a picture recently from a friend, and when I saw the picture, it stopped me dead in my tracks and kind of took my breath away. And I've been using it in my lessons to teach the phrase "a fork in the road." Now, here's the picture here. What you're seeing there is a young me on the right with the camouflage pants and the muscle shirt, and then my two friends, Chris and Adam. Rest in peace, both of you guys. They were my best friends in the whole world. Both gone way too soon. Excuse me. Anyway, that picture was taken August 26th, 1989. And I remember that day as clear as a bell. I woke up that morning to a phone call. Now, let me go back a little bit before I get that phone call. My company was having a picnic that Saturday, which was that day, August 26th. It was a Saturday. My company was having a picnic. I was working for the Cincinnati Chamber of Commerce, and we were having a picnic that day out at this park for all the employees, and I didn't want to go. Well, there was a Japanese girl that had come from, I think, Gifu to work in our office, and she and I became fast friends, and we hung around together. We'd go to lunch sometimes, and I really liked her. Her name was Mika, and I had asked her earlier in the week. I said, "Mika, are you going to the picnic?" And she said she wasn't. I said, "Yeah, I'm not going either." I said, I don't want to be around people from work on my day off." So I told her, I said, "Yeah, I'm not going either." So anyway, neither one of us are going. So that Saturday morning, I woke up to a phone call. And the phone call was from the president's secretary. And she says, "Jim, my car's broken down. Can you pick me up and take me to the picnic?" I was like, "Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Now I have a choice." I say, "Yeah, I'll pick you up and take you. Now I have to go to this damn picnic." Or say no to the president's secretary. And, well, I'm not really sure I was risking anything, but, you don't want to be the black sheep in a situation like that. So I said, "Yeah, I'll pick you up." Now, the reason she called me instead of anybody else is because I used to live near where she lives. So I knew the area, and it would be easy for me to come get her. So I went and picked her up and took her to the picnic. So now I'm at the picnic. Well, a little later in the morning, this little red car pulls in, and Mika hops out. And I was like, "Oh, Mika, I didn't know you were coming." Well, she had another Japanese girl with her. Now, this girl worked at another company in the city, and when Mika came, we knew, well, I guess not we, but when I say we, I mean the company, knew that there was a young Japanese girl working at this other company, because the Chamber of Commerce deals with companies, right? They knew that there was another Japanese girl working at this company about the same age, and they figured, hook the two of them up so she'd have somebody to talk to. Now, I don't know when they hooked them up, but I guess they'd been hanging around together. I have no idea. Anyway, I don't know the backstory behind that. Anyway, so Mika shows up, and she's with her friend, that other Japanese girl. We proceeded to hang out the rest of the day together, the three of us. And later that night, I had to go camping with my friends. I guess I didn't have to go, but that's what my plan was for the weekend. So after the picnic, I drove out to the campsite, and now I'm sure that picture wasn't taken at that exact moment, but it was that day. Those two guys that are in that picture, Adam and Chris, when I was talking to them, I told them, I said, guys, I think I met my wife today. And I was talking about that Japanese girl that came with Mika. I was just head over heels for this girl. So, one thing leads to another. And, I had her phone number and everything. And, I could bore you with that story. And maybe I will in the future. But ended up 6 months later, she and I were married. And a year later is when I came to Japan. And that's how I got to Japan. So, there's a lot more to that story there. But the thing that I teach in my lessons with this picture is a fork in the road. And when I see that picture, that's exactly what I see. I see a fork in the road, is saying yes or no to the president's secretary. If I had said no, I wouldn't have met her, and I probably wouldn't be here right now. Unless you're the type of person that believes in some kind of fate or destiny that would have led me here, I don't know. Anyway, we were young. We got married. We were just married a short time. Didn't work out. There are regrets there, of course. But at the same time, I feel like if none of that had happened, I wouldn't be where I am right now with the best person that I've ever met in my entire life, Tomoko. So that phone call that morning led to me being sitting right here with Opie sleeping next to me on the bed here. So yeah, there you go, fork in the road. And you young people out there, you don't know. You just don't know. 1989, I would have been 21. So I was 21 years old in that picture. My whole life ahead of me. And I had no idea where it was going. I mean, I kind of had a rough idea. I was working at the Chamber of Commerce. I was in graphic and commercial arts. So I was probably going to end up be some kind of a designer of some sort. That's where my talents were taking me, was design. But man, I had no idea that I'd end up as an English teacher in Japan. Oh, one other thing. If you look at that picture, you see that hat that I'm wearing in that picture. That hat was a Harley Davidson hat that I was working at a gas station. And my dad came in one day on his way home from work. And that hat was lying on the seat next to him. And I was like, hey, Dad, that's a great looking hat. And he picked it up and he tossed it at me. He goes, take it, you fat bastard. And I wore that hat. I wore that hat into the ground. And I wore it to a point that I actually put it away because I didn't want to ruin it. It was like it's a great memory that I had from my dad. Well, a couple years ago, I was looking around on eBay and I found vintage 1980s Harley Davidson painter's cap. The exact same one. It was brand new. It was brand spanking new. But they were asking way too much money for it. And I was telling my mom this story, and my mom ended up, and I didn't ask her to. I didn't even hint for her to do it. But my mom turned around and she bought it for me. And now I have that same, I think I was wearing it like this in the picture. I think I wore it like this when I was younger. Or maybe I had it on backwards. I don't remember. Did I have it on backwards? I don't know. You can tell in the picture. I can't see the picture now. It's not up on the screen. It will be in a minute. But yeah, this is the exact same hat. So the hat even came around full turn. My dad gave it to me in the beginning, and my mom gave it to me at the end. So anyway, fork in the road, kids. You never know where your decisions are going to take you. And you never know when that one simple decision you don't even think about. You have no idea where it's going to go until years and years and years later. You can look back and say, wow, that was That was the point right there. Mine was a clear-cut point. Boy, I tell you, when I saw that picture, just took the breath away. All right, guys. Well, we will leave you with that, and I shall talk to you soon. Don't let your meat loaf.